ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोर्श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोर्न वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतो पंगो मौ मंदमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्भोजौ राधा मदर मोहनौ दिव्य वृंदारण्यकल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद् राधा श्रील गोविंद देवो प्रेष्ठालिभि सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भे वंशी वटतटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणु स्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तु नः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So this third story is a story of God's will, and also the story of final action. That is story of curse to Yadu dynasty. That is Yadu Vamsh. The curse to Yadu dynasty is our third story. So it's coming to how the Krishna, Supreme Lord Krishna. Of course, there are some stories in between. I have just reserved those stories, especially for our Purnahuti time. There are some stories in between. I reserved those stories for Purnahuti, and remaining part I am just continuing. So the very purpose of Krishna coming to this world is Bhubhara Haranaya, to remove the burden of earth. That was main purpose. Because when Bhudevi, that Mother Earth, felt very, very difficult to really hold all these people, she went to Brahma, and Brahma, along with all Devatas, he went to the Shvetadvipa and prayed to invite the Supreme Lord to remove the burden. So Krishna accepted that he would come, and he made all the arrangements, and even this Kurukshetra war is also over by then, and by the Kurukshetra war he ensured that various kings from different parts, they all assembled and they all got annihilated. So here everybody felt, including Brahma, felt that now Krishna's responsibility, Krishna's role as or his duty as an incarnation of the role as Krishna is now completed, because everything is done. Because the final touch is Kurukshetra war. Finally, in the Kurukshetra war, he annihilated everybody. So with that, the adharma is completely gone, and the Pandavas, the Dharma Parayana, the religious people and devotees, they got established. So there is no problem now, everything is over. But Krishna did not feel that. Krishna did not feel that. Because the difference between the Brajbasis and the difference between Brajbasis and Dwarkavasis is a big difference. Here Brajbasis are the pure devotees of Krishna. They are all Siddha Purusha, means they are already eternally liberated souls. They just came, they participated, and they wanted to show, and as Krishna through them demonstrated how the loving relations actually take place. The whole world he has shown. Otherwise, people cannot understand that how to love Krishna as son, how to love Krishna as a husband, how to love Krishna as a lover, how to Krishna as a friend. So there is no possibility. So he has shown that one. But however the situation in Dwaraka is not like that. All the people, majority of Yadavas, they are originally from the heavenly planets. They are all Devatas. So they are not eternally liberated. They are conditioned so. Of course, they have come for a particular purpose, to assist Krishna's in pastime. But because they have taken birth in the Yadu dynasty, they became very strong. And because they started staying in same Dwaraka, seeing Krishna every time same, they felt that, and of course they felt that they are also equal to Krishna. And in fact they also become very strong. And they felt that they are equal to Krishna. That is the biggest mistake they said. And that's why we see that when Uddhava and Vidura, they were talking, Uddhava felt very bad when Vidura asked about Krishna and his welfare. Then he mentioned the time that as the fish, say in the ocean, there are innumerable fish. And the moon also gets reflected. Moon also gets reflected in the ocean. But they cannot take the real pleasure with that moon. Whereas only the human beings who has the taste, when the moon gets reflected in water, they feel very happy. But the fish which are along with that moon cannot really understand. Though in the same way, the Yadavas did not understand the real greatness of Krishna. That we have seen also at once or twice. For example, we have seen that when they went to Jambavan, so they did wait for a few days and they came back, leaving Krishna. And when the Satrajit has spread some rumors that Krishna has killed, they also started talking to each other. And once Akrura left, there some bad omens started happening. Then they started saying that, oh, probably Krishna has done that. Which all gives some 2-3 instances gives that they have a different mentor. So Krishna felt that they have this feeling at the same time they are very powerful. So Yadava Sena is very, very powerful. And Krishna said that his duty on the earth is not completed. Still something is pending. So he decided to annihilate before he leaves from this, before he goes back to his original abode. So this is a very different pastime of Krishna. And this Yaduvamsha Nasha is also known as Mausala Leela, because it has happened because of Musala. Musala means a big iron rod. So since it has happened from Musala, it's called Mausala Leela. So Krishna felt that now everything is done, and the burden of earth is completely almost removed. What is left over, little bit left over, and he arranged for it. For annihilation of his dynasty. So Parikshit Maharaj asked, what is that? How it has happened? Please explain. So Shukadeva Goswami started telling. Once the great rishis, munis assembled one place to perform some pious activities and yajna. Very special. They are Vishwamitra, Asita, Kandva, Durvasa, Bhrugu, Angira, Kashyapa, Vamadeva, Atri, Vasishta, Narada, all these great. And that place is none not other than the Dwaraka. They came all the way to Dwaraka. They came to Dwaraka and performed. Because their interest is always to come and see Krishna and do some pious activities for his pleasure. When yajna is done for the pleasure of Krishna. Bhaktaram yajna tapasam. So when all this yajna was done, auspiciousness has come and everything, and Krishna, after everything is over, Krishna personally given him send-off, and they all went to a place called Pindaraka. The Pindaraka Kshetra is there. This Pindaraka Kshetra is almost 2 to 3 kilometers away from the ocean, Pindaraka Kshetra. And the Pindaraka Kshetra is a very pious place. That's why Rishi Muni, they went from Dwaraka to Pindaraka. So when all these Rishi Muni, they went Pindaraka Kshetra, the sons of Yadu basically Krishna's sons and other Yadu sons, they went in a group. They went a group near to all the saintly persons. So they decorated Krishna's son, Samba. I told you, Samba. So they decorated Samba in a beautiful lady form. Not lady form, even pregnant lady form. Almost 9 months are full, about to deliver. So the Samba nicely decorated like a woman, 9 months pregnant, not able to carry, any moment she may deliver, like that feeling. So all the Yadu children, big people, they all went. And they went and caught hold of all the saintly persons and said, my dear masters, you are great personalities, you are having Amogha Drushti, you know what is what can happen, what cannot happen. So this pregnant lady is our relative. Actually, she has one desire. Actually, she wanted to ask you, but she is feeling shy. So on her behalf, we are asking that she wanted to know whether she would deliver male child or female child. So since you have an Amogha Drushti, you can tell you well. And in a smiling face they asked, in a cunning way they asked. Of course, they are Trikalagna, they know very well, and they become very furious. They know that they are making mockery of it. Then they immediately curse you. Janaishyati o manda musalam kulanashanam. All these, oh foolish people, she is going to deliver a musala, is going to really destroy your entire dynasty. They become, my God, what is saying? And suddenly they opened up their dress and saw in that 9 months old, whatever, the full one big musala. Musala means iron rod. They all got stunned. My God, what mistake they did. Means because of this, they have given such a curse that entire dynasty is going to be lost. And this is the will and wish and plan of Krishna. Will of pleasure. And they terrifying, and they got really worried about it. They heard that this musala is going to the thing which is going to destroy musala is going to be born. And they carried very heavy, they carried to Sudharma Sabha. At that time Krishna was not there in that Sudharma Sabha. So they went to Ugrasena and told whatever happened, and their all faces become very dark, very morose, and they are feeling very, very bad and very disturbed and worried what's going to happen. And they all went, but the thing is, they told very clearly what actually happened and what they finally delivered in front of a highland rod. Then Ugrasena felt, okay, if it is there in the form of rod, probably it may happen to kill, etc. She felt that, okay, let it be rubbed and crushed and it be converted into powder and put it in the water. He just ordered without even asking Krishna. Krishna knows what is happening, but he did not check up, and nor Ugrasena people tell. Then they all rubbed it and converted into very, very fine dust, and everything they collected day and night they rubbed it and converted into powder, but finally they could not rub it. A small piece is left over. Everything they took it and put it in the ocean. But providence is, whatever you do, the providence cannot change. So the powder again came back to the shore, and the small piece of metal was swallowed by a fish, and the fish was also swallowed by some other big fish. That way happened. And finally, the powder which came to the shore, it got converted to a very sharp grass, very powerful sharp grass, and the which has swallowed this small iron piece was caught into a net of a fisherman, and when he cut it, he found a iron piece, and he fixed it to his arrow. So when all the things are set by Krishna, then Brahmadeva, Lord Brahma, with all his sons, Rishis, Munis, and Mangaladayaka, Lord Shiva also, he came directly to Dwaraka. And along with him, Indra, Aditya, Vasus, Ashvika, and Rubhu, Angira, Rudra, Vishwadeva, Sadhya, Gandharva, Apsarasa, all, because remember that all these people, all these demigods, they went in the beginning to a Svetadvipa, and all people again came to Dwaraka, and they all felt very happy to see beautiful Dwaraka and also see beautiful Dwarakadhish. So while coming from the heavenly planet, they brought wonderful garlands from the Nandanavana, nice garlands, and they offered it to Krishna, and Krishna also accepted it, and they offered a nice praise to Krishna. Krishna felt very happy. And they also confirmed that there are two nice rivers. One came about Krishna, that is Krishna Katha, and other is which came this is Krishna Katha Nadi, that is like a Amrita Nadi river, and also second is the river that came from the lotus feet of Krishna. So devotees, they drink the stories of Krishna Nadi and they get purified, and also they take bath in the Ganges. In that way also they get purified. In that way they take association of both the rivers coming from the about Krishna first time, and also Krishna the river. And finally Brahma said that, my dear Lord, we only requested him to come, descend, and annihilate the miscreants and reduce the burden. Now we are all convinced that you have done wonderful activity, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam. Everything now is safe. Now the Pandavas are back to the dharma. Everything is over. We see that you also completed 125 years on this earth, and you already finished all your tasks, and you also made entire platform to annihilate your dynasty also. So we request you to return back to your abode, and please bless us also, please protect also. In that way he mentioned. Then Krishna told to Brahma, yes, I almost done, but job is not fully complete. Yadu dynasty got the curse, but dynasty is still there. It has to be annihilated. So let me finish the final task of annihilating in my presence. I arrange for his annihilation, but let me finish the task, and then I will return to this spiritual world. While reaching the spiritual world, I will come and see you. Krishna told. And when all the Brahmadi Devatas heard this, they felt okay, and with peaceful mind they returned to their respective abodes. Then immediately Lord Krishna arranged for a meeting with all Ugrasena, other people, and said that already we got the Brahmana Shapa, so we shall not stay any more in Dwarka. So because already we are seeing some bad omens are happening, so we shall not stay in Dwarka, and let's go to a place called Prabhasa Tirtha. Because Prabhasa Tirtha is a very pious place. Even if some bad things are there, even if there is some curse is there, one can get rid of curse at Prabhasa Tirtha. And Krishna gave an example. Once the Chandra was cursed by Daksha, by his own father-in-law, to be affected by tuberculosis. Then Chandra came all the way to Prabhasa Tirtha and he made tapasya, and he got rid of it. He got rid of it, and he has converted that into Chandrakala. So that is the best place. Let us go there. Let us perform pious activities. Let us do fasting. Let us do dana to brahmanas, cows. In that way, we can remove our curse and we can become safer. He knows very well it cannot be done, but he wants to take away all the people from Dwaraka. Because Dwaraka is completely a transcendental place, like Braja, like Mathura, and like Dwaraka. It's a transcendental place, Dwarakapuri. So he cannot allow the some inauspicious thing to happen in Dwaraka. If entire Edu dynasty is killed in Dwaraka, it's like inauspicious into a most auspicious place. So he cannot allow it. And moreover, whoever leaves the body in Dwaraka, they will go to spiritual world. And these people are not eligible to go to spiritual world because their interest is to go to the heavenly planet. So Krishna said that, oh, this is not right place, it's not right, time is coming up, let's all of go to Prabhasa. So Krishna in that way arranged very nicely that all the people, that way he is, and they are not interested to go to the spiritual world. And in that way, Krishna took them away from Dwaraka before their annihilation. And when Krishna suggested everybody, just let's go. So within no time, everybody got out of the Dwaraka. They boarded on the innumerable ships, and all at a time. At a time, they all vacated. All the Yadavas they vacated. And they went to, they are preparing to go to Prabhasa Tirtha. And they also arranged many chariots, everything from the shore of the river. And when these things are happening, Uddhava saw Krishna. He came in a seclusion, he went to Krishna, and he started saying, actually he is a very dear friend to Krishna. And he used to be always with, is a right hand to Krishna. He is a good minister, he has a very high brain, and he is highly knowledgeable because he is a disciple of Brihaspati. And when he went to Vrindavan, he understood what is meant by pure devotion also. So he got knowledge and he got highest devotion. And he understood because he is a very highly intelligent person. When Krishna made all these arrangements, he could immediately sense. So when Krishna was alone, he went to him and just fell on his lotus feet. Fell on his and he understood very clear that Krishna has made all the plans to annihilate, because the curse to Yadu dynasty is a well-known fact. All the Dwaraka people know, but they are thinking that Krishna is trying to save them. In that way, whatever they mentioned. So he also knows, and curse has come, but when it is going to happen, nobody knows. Now that Krishna initiated, then the Uddhava felt, oh, so the time has come. So then he went to Krishna and he said that, my dear Lord, simply by hearing you are glorious, one will get purified. Now it seems you want to complete your pastime, and it appears that you want to completely annihilate your entire dynasty. It appears that your leelas are coming to an end. You are actually, you have full capability. You have full capability to reverse the curse of Brahmana, but you are not doing like that. So now I'm understanding that you are going to disappear. He said that I can't even live even half a second without your association. So can you please take me also along with you? And he said that you are only, my dear Krishna, your pastimes are actually the most auspicious to the ears, and they are like medicine to your heart. And by simply constantly hearing your pastimes, one we can really get rid of. One can really get rid of all the inauspicious things, and they also they forget all other desires. That is the situation. And he mentioned one point that this world is very, very difficult. This world is fully covered with Maya and other things. But we have a wonderful path to get rid of this Maya. That simply by we offer you so many garlands very nicely, and once you wear, and we try to take them as prasad. And we offer you nice chandan, and whatever you have used and given, and we use that. And whatever clothes, use them. And we you use so many ornaments, and after some time, when you take new, and you will put. Simply by taking them as remnants, like your garlands, either your chandan, or your food, or your whatever you enjoy and leave it, we take it, and thereby actually we conquer the Maya. That is the situation. But when you are not there, what is the situation? What is the situation? And simply by doing the greatest adhyatmika sadhana, the sannyasis, the renounced order of people, they reach to the highest strata, that is the Brahmaloka, and even the greatest conditioned souls also, in the association of devotees, when they hear about you, they can really come out of it. And we simply stay alive, stay regenerated, simply by remembering your instructions, simply by following your pastimes. In that way, Uddhava expressed his strongest desire and his the feeling that something is going to happen, but I am sure I cannot stop it, and because you have decided. So at that time, Krishna felt that Uddhava should be properly taken care, because he felt that there is only one person left over to understand the complete knowledge of himself. Himself is Krishna. Krishna felt that only Uddhava is left over to know complete knowledge about him. Then he said that if he does, he has given his knowledge. Krishna already has given about his knowledge to some extent in a different perspective to Arjuna in the form of Bhagavad Gita. That is for a different purpose. That is to become victorious, or that is to become victorious and come out of your mental status, and to come out of the moha, nashto moha smriti labdha, and come out of the detachment and achieve the wonderful things in the world. But there should be some knowledge by which one will attain Krishna finally. Whatever Krishna mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, the 11th chapter, 55th sloka. Mat karma kodmat parama mad bhakta sangavarjitaha Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu yasamameti pandava. So these are 5 things, Arjuna, you should do it. By doing that, you will come to my abode. But how to really do it? Where it is mentioned. Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. They should not be enmity towards any living entity. How to achieve it? So this knowledge is still missing. And Krishna felt that only Uddhava is the recipient of that knowledge. And he said that before he leaves to the abode, he should be given that knowledge, and he should stay till end of Kali Yuga, and so that that knowledge is still available. That is what he felt. And thinking in this way, Krishna elaborately gave him a great knowledge which is called Uddhava Gita. So Uddhava Gita comes in the 11th canto, and is a very, very elaborate, a very great elaborate message, great information of enlightenment. And everybody who wants to really understand what is Krishna, and Krishna, he would ask very, very straight question that how I can become Trigunatita, how I can become really freed from these 3 gunas. He asked a straight question. Because Krishna soul, by soul itself is Trigunatita. Only the mind and intelligence is bound by the Triguna, whereas the soul is Trigunatita. And super soul, there is no need to talk about it, is a Trigunatita. And Krishna is anyway Vishuddha Sattva. So how, without reaching to that, how can we attain Krishna? So he's asking this fundamental question, and Krishna gives a straight answer, practical answer. And unless we really hear it, unless we read it, unless we study it, unless we take mercy of the acharyas, how can we assimilate that? How can we experience that? And without experience, there is no chance of going to Krishna. So Krishna felt that at that time that the only eligible person is Uddhava. So he gave that information that is very elaborate, and that we will be discussing in one of the stories. So in this way, Krishna made the entire arrangement for the annihilation of his dynasty, because he felt that the burden he has eliminated already, but there is other burden who appears to be in favor of Krishna, but they are against Krishna. So when Krishna felt that they are against it, so there must be truth. So one should not be feeling, oh, Krishna, how come his family members, he did like that. So we can see that how nicely it is mentioned also. So he did not, Krishna did not feel about all the Yadavas, and that's why he made the thing. He wanted to take them out of the Dwaraka, because Dwaraka is very, very auspicious. So inauspicious killing or annihilation of Yadu dynasty itself should not happen there. So he ensured that. He placed Prabhas Tirtha. Even Vidura Mahatma also left his body at Prabhasa Tirtha. Prabhasa Tirtha is a place where leave the body, they will go to the heavenly planet, because Yamaraj has to go to Yamapuri. That's why he left body in Prabhasa Tirtha. So all the Yadavas also left the bodies Prabhasa Tirtha, so that they have gone to their respectives. Whereas Brajvasis, they just stayed in Braja, and Krishna took them to spiritual world in a special aeroplane, and he traveled there. So we can understand this arrangement in that way. So this comes to the conclusion of today's third story, and we'll have today is second, so third, fourth, fifth, we have 3 more days, and sixth is the final one. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavan Gandharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Dwarakadhish ki, Gaur Premanande, Rukmini Dwarakadhish ki, Gaur Premanande. Thank you very much.